right, welcome back to capitalcompetent.com. Today is going to be episode 7 of the 1K to 10K challenge, and today's episode is going to be the biggest episode I have done. I'm going to explain to you how everything that I have come to know over these past 8 years of being in the stock market. And the reason I'm doing this is because of the environment we are in right now. I do not want you to lose money. I've been through this environment before and I've lost. There was a point in time where I was down 40% in my portfolio. And the reason was that is because I was listening to people on YouTube, people who I thought understood the markets. No, no, no. You have to have your own individual philosophy. Okay? Before we get into that, actually, let me back this up with actual numbers. So this year to date, it is February 27th. I am up 25% overall portfolio year to date. 25% year to date in 2 months is unheard of. Okay? The past 2 years, the S&P 500 has had huge gains over a whole year. That is unprecedented. I was able to do this in 2 months. Now, how was I able to do this? Well, I'm going to explain to you my thoughts and what led me to my investment philosophy. Okay? Now, before we do that, okay, before I get into everything, let's get back on track with the portfolio. If you want to skip ahead and go straight to the philosophy, go ahead. Okay? I missed a week. Okay, I had a lot of stuff going on. This isn't my only thing that I do. I've got a private business as well as I work for one of my friends helping him with his business. So sometimes I get caught up. Sometimes I have so much free time. Sometimes I don't. This portfolio here is to show you that anyone can do it if you stick to a process. Okay, we are bringing in money. We are up. Everything's good. Most of this is green. We have a process of safety where you all focused on not losing capital. You want to build a good base. Okay? The S&P 500, one of the best investments you can do. It's 500 of the best companies and it will never go to zero. I've had 3 of my companies go to zero. Now, that hurt very bad, but the lessons that I learned from that, losing 40% of your portfolio, I'm going to give that to you in this video. Everything that I've learned, okay? And I'm going to do it because there are very limited people on YouTube that actually explain things the way that it actually works, okay? No updates in the portfolio except buying the S&P. This is our process. This is how we're going to grow. Now, I don't think the S&P 500 is going to do exceptionally well, maybe 4%, 6% this year, but it is still going to be our backbone because it is the backbone of the world. The 7 largest companies, the Mag 7, are in the United States. We have all the power and everything. Okay, now let's get into the meat. Okay, I'm going to show you how to not lose in the stock market. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I am not perfect, okay? This is what 8 years of learning, winning, and losing has got me to believe, and it is something that has worked and it makes complete and total sense. Now, this is for you educationally. I could be saying things that are not just simply aren't true. I'm a guy who has found my own philosophy and I'm doing very well at the moment in some of my other accounts. And I want to take those lessons and give them to you. It is your job to hear what I'm trying to say, hear what I'm telling you, and then challenge those ideas yourself. Because it may it may not make sense to you, it may not work for you, okay? But it is important for you to know because this is 8 years of experience that I am giving to you because, and the only reason that I'm doing this is because I was hurt so badly listening to YouTube people. I want to help people um, do this stuff because it's fun. I love that. I love predicting the economy. I love all this stuff. Okay, let's move over to the iPad here. How to never lose in the stock market. Okay, now disclaimer again. I am not perfect. I have just found ways that have worked for me. And I am confident in saying this because everything that I have predicted so far has come true. And it was glaringly obvious, and I'm not smarter than anyone. I just have been doing this longer, so I'm able to recognize. And this information that I'm giving you is going to help you if you truly understand it and where I'm coming from. Okay, so number one, the players. You have to understand that the market, if you just look at the stock market, nothing will make sense. Nothing will make sense. Okay, it goes up, down, it does so many things. Okay, there are players that affect the stock market. Okay, biggest player is US government. These guys are the most powerful people in the entire world. Trump right now is the most powerful person in the world. He could, and this won't happen at all, but if he really, really wanted to and riled the support, which would be extremely difficult, I'm just saying, but if everything worked perfectly, he could go out tomorrow and break up Apple and that company will be run into the ground. It is completely possible. Is it probable? No. But he has the power to do that. So we have the US government player number one. Independent of that is the Fed. Okay? They do not listen to Trump. They are independent. And Chairman Powell is a very good at his job. I can't speak to his character, but I listen to what he says, and I'm only saying that. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I don't know him, so I have no opinion. But he does his job very, very well. Okay? You have to understand he is in a position of reactionary. Typically, they are proactive, but in this situation when there's so much uncertainty, right, there is a reaction to it. So we have US government, the Fed, and then we have stock equity companies. Okay? These are your Apples, right? Google, right? What's another one? Microsoft. These companies have immense power. They have, everyone I know has an iPhone. I'm doing this on a iPad. They have social responsibility to not screw you over, but they have complete control. They are players in this game. Okay, Google, right? You're watching this on YouTube. If you need something, you ask Google. Microsoft is the backbone of software. Like these companies are huge. They have market caps that are bigger than some countries, which is just outstanding. And it's all in the United States. Okay. Below that, institutions and finance conglomerates, right? These are your banks and all that stuff. Okay. They fund and are the oil to the machine. Okay. And then the transactions will not be able to take place if it wasn't for these guys. Okay, so they help these guys, right? But everything is under here. Now, last one, you. Believe it or not, you have power in this game. And the more you know, the better you will do. Okay? You have a certain amount of money. Okay? Now, that does not value you as a person. There are intangibles like your personality, you're able to relationships, and how much you do for other. That has value that will get you money no matter what. You can be broke, and if you are a genuine good person that does things forever, that does things for other people, you will do good in life. It's not all about money. This life is not all about money. If you live with the mindset of all excuse me, if you live with the mindset of a rising tide lifts all boats, you will do well in life, monetary wise. Okay? These are my players. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you pay attention to these two up here, these will start to make sense. Okay? Let's start here. Market today. Last month, we hit all-time highs. We have companies being just valuations do not matter. Okay? The market, how does a stock go like this? Well, these two people influence. Okay? When a stock price goes up, that means there are more buyers than sellers. And they are literally pulling the stock market up. Now, there's going to be a point where these buyers don't want to buy anymore and actually become sellers. Okay? And then they start pulling the stock down. And there's going to be a point where buyers come back in because they saw this up here and think that it is undervalued. So then it's going to pull this back up. All price action all it is a tug of war. That is all it is, a tug of war between buyers and sellers. Understanding that and understanding the big players will help you. Okay? So right now, the market was at an all-time high. Well, let me back up. Understanding this, if you zoom out, this is what the whole market will do. Okay? Overall, it will go up, but these are years, 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 years. So important. And it's just a tug of war between buyers and sellers. When you get up, you got people that make a bunch of money, right? And then it gets to a point where you go a little bit too far, people come back to reality, and then those buyers actually become sellers, right? And then you have new people entering the market, okay? Now, you can predict where we are here based on the actions of this, okay? You can predict the long-term 1 plus 2. And this is all around 3, the market, right? Because that's the game we're playing. We're in the market. Short term, okay? Oops. 4 plus 5. That's institutions and you. In these short times, okay? In these short times, this is how it's going to look. It's going to go like this. It's going to go up and down, just like this, okay? It's not going to be the long term, it's going to be smooth. But this short term, it's going to go like this, okay? Now, that is a battle between you two. You have to understand that you cannot compete with these guys. These people have way more resources. They have faster computers, they have trading algorithms, they have way more people. I guarantee you, you don't have 5 people out working for you right now, going to find you investments, watching every single ticker symbol. You cannot compete with them. So, in the short term, you have to understand what they are doing and why they are doing it. They, both of us, right? You and you want this. We are all competing for this. We all are. They have a huge advantage. When we hit all-time highs, okay, and we come back down, unfortunately, there will be people that buy here and they get that little spike, okay? Then once these institutions, remember, they have more information than you, okay? They have the news outlets, they've got everything, okay? Once they start turning around, right, they are going to start doing stuff like this, right? They understand how humans work. You should understand how humans work. There's someone out there that bought right here, and he saw his account go up. Then he saw it go down. Okay? It is almost never going to go straight down like this. Okay? The US, it almost never goes straight down. It's going to go like this. Remember the tug of war, okay, between buyers and sellers. When, and they're going to, it's like a train ride on the way down. Okay, so if you bought right here and you made a little bit of money and then the market comes back and you do not have experience, okay, you're gonna freak out and either sell here or you're gonna hold on, wait for it to barely get close, and then you're gonna say, oh my goodness, I'm gonna make money again. Boom, just like that. And I guarantee you, actually, I cannot guarantee, this is a theory. I will say that again. The institutions are responsible for this right here. Okay, you've got a combination of experienced and inexperienced. And if I was an institution that was in the market and I saw all these new people rushing in, buying money, right, I would understand price levels, price action, and how the human psychology works. People fear loss, and people, when they lose, they want to recuperate as fast as possible because they're so scared of the loss. The loss has a physical and emotional response in your body. Okay? They can understand that to the point where they understand there are people that bought here and it won't go up there in the short term. Remember, this is the game, right? And I can explain why, because the US government is number one. I mean, we're almost uncontested. We have people that are trying their butt off, but they are so far away, so we will always, always go up. But in the short term, this is why people say don't do it in the short term because you are at a disadvantage. Okay? Now, why did I make a ton of money in the past 2 months? Well, I recognized the 1 + 2 game and understood the 4 + 5. I knew that we were getting to the point where it got a little overpriced. Okay? It's going to come back down. Now, if you understand that you cannot compete, that you cannot compete with these guys, you can still get it to your advantage. Okay? You can still get it to your advantage. If you know that it's going down, okay? If you know that it's coming back down, you can actually take side money, right? And buy puts, right? And buy puts. Puts are leveraged to make you money on the downside. In this account, this is a long-term account. We stick to a process. This is what's going to go up over time. That's this account. In my other account, we make money on the down and the up. Okay, because we understand this. Now, let's go to NVIDIA. This is a perfect example. Okay, NVIDIA, $3.9 trillion. $3.9 trillion. Let's go back to the iPad here. Let's write down $3.9 trillion. That's a million. That's a billion. That is $1 trillion. This is a company that is 3.9 and it is trading at a 50 price to earnings. Okay? 50 price to earnings. But James, it's the AI. Trust me, it's going to be the future. It's going to be the future. This is the top for NVIDIA for the next year or two. And I'll tell you why. If they command this huge market cap, even with all their advantages, do you not think that there are other companies that want this, that are going to compete? For example, DeepSeek. If AI is the future and the it truly is winner takes all, yes, Nvidia is in the best position. But are you telling me that they are going to go uncontested? Are you telling me there are not people working their butt offs to compete with Nvidia? Are you telling me that someone's not going to take market share? They have a monopoly right now, yes. Are they going to keep that? The likelihood is no. Okay? And that's what's going to drive in the short term down. Valuations are going to matter again. I'm going to go back to the computer here. Look at this price right here. Who in the world came up with that? That's almost a $4.3 trillion, $4.3 trillion. Anyway, I'm getting beside, um, anyway, this game is competition, who makes the most money, right? Nvidia's got a stronghold. Anyway, let me get back to my point. How did it get this out of hand? Well, the story. You heard, I guarantee you read something, you heard something about someone investing in Nvidia, and then their account just went like this, and they made a bunch of money. It's the same thing that happened with Tesla. You got these people, right? Your next door neighbor, he just made $1 million in Nvidia, and you look at him and you don't think he's that smart, so you think you can do that, right? That's what does this. That's what pushes it so high to the point where you know Nvidia should not be trading at a $3.09 trillion cap. But that's how it gets there. Is someone got lucky. Someone got lucky and pushed it up all the way this high, pushed it up to here. Someone got lucky and made a bunch of money. Your neighbor just made $1 million sitting on his butt. You look at him and you know he's not smart enough to do that. So you say, I'm going to do that. Boom, I enter. I bought it and I made that money. Now I'm sitting on my high horse. Now, there is a point where valuations matter. Remember this number. Is this real? Most people don't take the time. Most people won't get themselves in the game to the point where they actually do something that matters. Okay? But is this real? Let's come back down here. There's going to be a point, right, where it comes back down to reality. Okay? And then it's going to go like this. And people are going to tell you to hold and hold and hold. Okay? They're going to tell you to hold. This is where the fear kicks in. Right about here. The fear kicks in because now you're down. Okay? But uh-oh, there's a little bit of a rebound. Okay? These are the traders right here, the institutions. They understand that when a huge drop occurs, there's going to be a correction. There's going to be that tug of war between buyers and sellers. There's going to be that. So they actually are going to make money off of you going up, right? And then you are right here right now freaking out but you see it going up and you think all is great. We are going to go all the way back up here. We are, right? Nope. I'm telling you, it's going to go like this for the next couple months. It's going to go like this until we hit somewhere where Nvidia is, hmm, I'd have to do some more research on Nvidia specifically. But I know for a fact Tesla is not a trillion-dollar company. I know for a fact that Netflix should not be trading at a 50 PE. I know for a fact the only companies that truly are implemented in our lives, Apple, Google, Microsoft. Meta, I don't understand Meta that much, but they've got Instagram and they've got other platforms, so I will include them in that. Tesla, nowhere near. Nvidia, nowhere near. Okay? Someone can come out tomorrow with a better chip and Nvidia's done. They're just done because they can't compete. They don't have a stronghold. They have it right now, but I don't think investors understand how quickly this can change, especially when they're trading this high. Now, how can you benefit from that? Let's go back to the iPad. There is confidence in this. America is number one. This is why people say invest in the long term because it is guaranteed for now, for the next 40 years. Okay? So this S&P is going to be up. If you buy today, whether it's here or here, there's going to be a point where you are above, almost guaranteed, unless there's a world war or something crazy. Okay? You can make money. You can make money all throughout here if you understand and pay attention and understand that there are the people above the market, like Trump and the Fed. Understand their relationship and how it affects the market. His policies and his policies are going to affect the market. Now we can do videos on that, but I just wanted to let you know that this is kind of how it works. This is my understanding. Again, I could be completely wrong, okay? But after doing this for 8 years, after testing it, I'm pretty confident that this is how it works. The market are your equities, right? They have to produce. They have to make money. They have to make money. Okay? They will not be valuable if they do not produce and better the world. Okay? We can push institutions plus you have an effect on this game. Not as much as this. These are one priority. But, and this is long term. Right here. Okay? Short term. Understand the relationship between this. Understand that these people have to produce. And you will never lose. What's a loss? You'll never go under 7%. You just won't. If you truly understand all of this, you will never lose 7% again. Because you will understand and take hedges. That's what a hedge fund is. They know exactly what they're doing. They understand all of this stuff and they use it to go up and make more money than the market. That's how they do it. This is how they do it. And I want you to understand this. Now, this video is the tip of the iceberg. This video is the tip. There is so much that you have to learn. This is 8 years of me in the market making a ton of money and losing a ton of money, compressed down to about 30 minutes. I'm going to miss stuff. There is stuff that you have to learn, and I will try my best to provide that for you. I will try my best to put you in the best position possible. That is the whole point of Capital Competent, is I want you to not have to go through what I did. I don't want you to go through what I did. There was a point where I looked at my account and I was down 40%, 40% in like 5 months, and I had no idea why. I want you to understand how this works so that you can have a better future. Remember, a rising tide raises all boats. If I can help you, then you can help me. If I can help you do better, if I can raise the tide, we all do better. That is the whole point here, and that is what I want to do. I'll do another video like this, okay? This doesn't really have, I didn't really go over the portfolio today, but I'm very passionate about this one, and I want to help you guys. Like, I truly want to help you guys. Um, I'm going to continue doing my research. I'm going to continue trying to provide value. If you like this video, please subscribe, because I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best. I've got other things going on, so sometimes I might miss a week, but I'm gonna try my best every Friday to give you the best information possible. Um, so if you wanna join, please do subscribe and then challenge my ideas. Okay, if you watched this video and thought, wow, this guy is just complete shit, please comment. Okay, because if you've been in the market for 15 years and if you see a gap in my knowledge, I've only been in the market for 8 years. This is 8 years of my knowledge. If you've been in it for 15 years and you see a gap in my knowledge, please help me out. Because at the end of the day, a rising tide raises all boats. Okay, I think that's a very strong message to end on. Um, and I will continue doing my research. I will add $105. We're going to keep this portfolio going, and then I will see you next week.